You're listening to The Grind with Chromatics playing the best in TNT music.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I tell me how to sing.
Easy, man.
And he kinda screw up, man.
Why you doing me that way?
Because you know, it's COVID. They wanna hear you.
Alright, cool.
Yo, we could dance the stress away. Slow and fast when it feels like a dream. I can feel the energy, light you up, electricity. I wanna give you love, 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 love. Lift your head up, let your head up. We surfing, no, no. Lift your head up, let your head down, no, 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 no. I wanna take you away. You need a vacation, girl. Let me be your vacation, girl. Whatever you need, I get it in a rush. Lord, no, yeah. You need a vacation, girl. Days of banana, breeze blowing in your hair. Palm trees where we stand and
Next to DJ Trav, the man had to sing.
yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest in the building, the one, the only Jimmy.
We here.
For the people, them.
Yo, pray for me. I feel like one of them times we done off the streets. Flame emojis up higher, 1,000 degrees, yeah. Couldn't out that fire. See the top yo, 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 yo. Rum no chaser is what she wants.
What she wants?
Dance on soca playing all night long. Rum no chaser is what she wants.
She wants it straight.
Reggae, Calypso play. Yo, yo, yo. Do you remember the days? We ain't nothing or nothing but each other. No, 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 no. The way it felt whenever I pulled you closer. Those things I can't forget. I hope you remember. Pray for you. I pray. Then I'm right back to where I started. We were all that we wanted. Couldn't get a hold of you. You know your body really murdered them. It shut down, we pulling up. We did the things, girl. You know, no, 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 no chance.
You're listening to The Grind.
Give me that loop there, boy, Trav, boy. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to The Grind. Long awaited.
Yeah.
The one, the only, Mr. Jimmy.
Did we talk about it? We probably, don't say long awaited, like, did we plan? I don't feel like
every artist I bring here is long awaited because it's only big artists I just bring here. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, but it's a blessing to pull up same time, man.
No, and when I think about it, I haven't had you on the program ever. On the Grind, have I?
No, for real.
So there you go.
Definitely. All right, cool. Long awaited. We going with that. We going with
long awaited. You know what I mean? So
correct.
because even as I say, when we won the previous dispensation, I didn't have a chance to bring you on. You know what I'm saying?
That's a nice word, man.
Yeah. I learned that from JW actually. Big up JW. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, as I said before, Mr. Jimmy October. So Jimmy, how have you been, my brother? First and foremost.
I am fine.
You're fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Just level.
Yeah, just cool, calm, taking it easy. I feel like everybody is like taking it a step at a time. This particular, this scene we're going through right now is just generally kind of finding your balance, and I feel like every day it's like that, find your balance. So that's where I'm at. It's not a bad thing though. So.
Yeah, because I've been noticing, I don't know if it's people that have shorter fuses now. They have been suffering from COVID fatigue, you know, because it's been so long. No, it's serious thing. People bad driving, you're bad out there, all kind of thing, and it can cost you, you know what I mean? But you just holding it level.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, no doubt. So we here for a while, you know?
No, that's fine.
All right.
That's the point.
Yeah, no doubt.
This is literally... Yeah, I can't tell you when is the last time I did an interview.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so feels a little weird.
Yeah, I understand it. But a lot of artists have been saying that too, you know. Yeah. But I mean, they are glad to at least come.
No, for sure.
And because, you know, regardless of that, you're still putting on music.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So,
yes,
you know, you had to touch base with the people and, let them know what's up.
Make sure they know what time it is.
Yeah, for sure. So let's where do we start with you, sir? Mr. October.
You would not like. First of all, when we talk about the interview, I was like, I didn't think too much about it, but I was like, it's just that I've known you for like a long space of time.
Yeah.
So I was real interested in like where you would begin this conversation. So,
right.
Yeah, let's go.
So as this is the grind, and we like to talk about people's journey.
Yeah.
For because you never know who listening, you never know who you could inspire, or somebody could relate to what you had to go through, or you might inspire somebody to pick up a pen and become creative, or any sort of creative process. Correct. You know what I'm saying? So let's go back to the beginning, before people started to know the name Jimmy October in whatever sort of forum you had before that.
Yeah.
How did you get into writing music and that sort of inspiration to know that people know the spoken word part and that sort of vibe, but even
to get after that,
even to get to that point, tell them.
The thing about music for me is that, in all honesty, like, music is, and I always say this, is like my first love. It's like the thing that I knew I was always interested in, like, from time. Not like there's nothing I've ever particularly, now there's probably a few things, but there's nothing I've ever felt like this particular way about. So I've literally been writing music since I was in primary school. Like, that's like how I would spend like free time generally. Even having like groups, like just being a part of groups that's singing, just in primary school, and it was the same thing in high school. So in my head, I feel like,
and this high school is where, and primary school is where?
Northeastern College,
which is
Sangre Grande. Yeah, I went to school, both high school and primary school in Sangre Grande.
Good vibes.
So
artists all they hear that, right? He was early for his interview, and he come from Grande. Go ahead.
I'm not even gonna mama guy them. I did not come from Grande today, so
okay,
I'm not even gonna put them under that kind of pressure. But so it's like, I know a lot of times people only kind of get to like the passion part, or the thing that they're passionate about. Sometimes you don't always get to it at an early stage in your life, but for me, like, I've always known, like, I'm not really like a sportsman or any of that type of energy, so I've always known like music is the thing that I wanted to do, or at least my entry point to like art in general, and being like falling in love with like artistry and creativity.
So what you was like writing at that point in time in terms of like genre? Was it
R&B? Like, I think that was it was like real. I think the first set of artists that I was like I was like overly like fascinated by, like Usher, like Usher, Michael Jackson, that kind of that type of music, and then like gradually Chris Brown and that type of stuff. But like, that's the stuff I was like into. And just, I used to sing with my mom all the time. Like, so I think that also like had a big influence in terms of the style of music that I was like getting into. And after that, it was rap. Because
so to explain the rap now. So you go from R&B now to rap.
The thing about the differences between rap and R&B for me is that one is obviously more melodic, but with rap you could say more.
Most definitely.
If you have like too much on your mind, rap lends that space. And also, going to high school, singing just kind of wasn't
the cool thing at the point.
I mean, first of all, I wasn't really cool in high school anyway. Let's just put that out one time.
Right.
So it didn't make it any better, unless you're singing for girls and it would just be a vibes, and that's that. But I feel like that's when rap started coming into play, and the first rap album it's Kanye West, College Dropout. The first rap album I paid like heavy attention to. Obviously there's other things before that, like Eminem and Dr. Dre, and
but it was more like on the peripheral to it.
Yeah, because I couldn't really see myself in them, but I feel like with Kanye West I saw it, because Kanye was doing something different. It was poetic, and it almost felt like if it didn't belong in the hip-hop space at the time. And for me being me, I felt like, yo, this is hard, bro. Like, I was like, this guy not cursing every other word, he's being more poetic, kind of like Tribe Called Quest. It's like, this is interesting. So I start diving like super deep into that, and like metaphors, and trying to find ways to say cool things. Fun fact, the next part about that, this is probably something you know, but like then I start following like local rap too. Later down as time pass, and you're the first, possibly the first. Besides, it's a lifestyle at that time. IALS.
Right.
You're the first local rapper I ever tapped into. Like I had Against the Grain mixtape. Like that was a thing for me. So.
Shout out to your mom, so.
No, real talk. Yeah. And it's even that's the next thing. Like my mom, like my household is always like into music now. So like there's a very, very, like somebody asked me what type of music I listened to like 2 days ago, like generally just as a listener, and it's very difficult to, I could call names from now until like Boujou, like Till Shiloh, like all these things are things that were happening in my household while I am into music. So what you hear from me now is really not oh well, Jimmy just thinks he could. It's like really there's a big like years and years of building that's coming into like all these influences.
Well, I think here's the thing I always say about Trinidad and Tobago. I think we are exposed to one of the widest palettes of music than any other sort of anywhere in the world. In terms of we just digest everything American, right? Whether it be hip hop, rock, pop, but then we also have we own soca and Calypso, but then Jamaica right there, so it's reggae and dancehall, and then it's South America. You know what I mean? So I think that you embracing those songs now is something that a lot more artists should do. But I find some of them probably scared to embrace that because they want to go with what cool and what trending.
It also
time,
takes.
You know what I mean?
I feel like it takes time, right? The part about it that's interesting for me is that because there's a start, like I say, it's R&B and then hip hop and then it's this and it's that and then it's now what I make now.
Which we'll get to.
It's also like at some point in time you have to have a conversation with yourself where you're like, I know I might be afraid to do this, or I might be afraid to take the chance because you start building your own little fan base. So when they know Jimmy, gossip, aggressive, and you decide, yo, I just want to switch the energy, boy. And I switched the energy, I switched the tempo. I found myself to be who I am now. It's like so much different things changing. But the thing about that for me is that it doesn't necessarily feel like if I've changed, For me, it just feels like if I evolved into where I'm at now, and I didn't want to stay the same, because the thing about creating is that it's expression. I mean, and I'm not gonna speak for everybody in terms of like saying that everybody is gonna like express in that way, but I would express based on where I'm at in my life and how I feel, and if this is where I'm at and this is what I want to make, then I can't make gossip again because I'm not there. I just not in that space anymore. But I know exactly what I felt when I was in that space, and it was dope.
For sure. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy October. We're gonna get more into that conversation. Sure. But I want to play some music. So we just heard, of course, Vacation. Remember the days. I want to get into this one. Trav, let me get the pull up. And then we go juggle our next one and then we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy October is our guest right here on The Grind. We coming back, he breezing and we cabin away.
Pull up, come my way.
We have the one, the only, Jimmy October. And of course, that is the track. Most recent collaboration with Kes and Kes the band. I have a funny story to get about that song, boy. You know that at that point, like, that was like one of my favorite tunes for the Carnival.
I remember you literally saw me somewhere.
Yeah.
In a party that we both performed in, I believe, to be honest.
It's possible.
And he was like, yo. He was like, yeah, wait.
Yeah, so I was doing a show with and Kes performed, and he had now started to promote Tuesday on the Rocks, and they used the instrumental.
Yeah.
And I was like, dog, what is that instrumental, boy?
Yeah.
I hear instrumental in your ad. He said, boy, he started to laugh. I said, I want to hear. He said, you can drop in just now, and then boom, shot is a song with you. I was like, what? I was like, that makes it even more dope because I'm so in love with just the beat now, just the vibe. You know what I mean? And then of course this song came about. So kind of let's go back and we'll get to this.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going from you started rapping, and then of course your name started to buzz. more so with the spoken word vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So tell us, how did that transition now? And then you started, that's when your name really kind of, you know, started to get out there as this is this new artist to look out for or whatever, you know what I'm saying?
The funny thing about spoken word is that that just happened. Like,
so it's not like you was a spoken word artist, it's just
I mean, as a rapper, you're a writer, so it's not really that far-fetched. My mom is actually a poet, like my mom writes poetry, so it's not like a far thing from my mind. But spoken word is a little bit different, especially in the way that I do it too. The delivery is such a big thing in terms of like the powerful energy of it. So that was kind of the person who I look to. I don't know if you know Saul Williams is like a poet, and also our very own Muhammad Muakil from who people know Freetown now. They are the two people that I look to in terms of spoken word, because Muhammad, he probably doesn't do it as much anymore, but that's what he used to do. And I was just familiar with it, and just the very, very powerful delivery of it. And literally, there was a project that was happening at that time. I can't remember the exact year. It was the Live project. You remember that? The Live movement. And I just reached out to a brethren of mine, Vishal, 868 Music. I was just like,
Kid, shout out Kid
for sure. Because a lot of people don't even know that, like, this story. And it was like, I just reached out to him, probably Instagram or something. I was like, yo, you know, shoot me a number. This is young me. Just I was like, yo, I have an idea. I see the project, I see it building, and I have an idea to do something. And I sent him literally a spoken word that I was working on at the time. Sent him a voice note. A little bit again, he messaged me. He was like, yo, I just played this for Marshall, bro. It's a go. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was just like, was like, we wanna put you on the show. And I just ended up performing at the Live concert.
Right.
And that's literally, that was actually my first spoken word, you know. That was the first time I wrote that. And it just turned into that. And then, we just build our energy, just start connecting. And then the year later, I performed, we used spoken word to tie into, because we started the Free Speech Project at 961 and TTRN generally, because it was all 3 stations. And then that turned into us using spoken word to tie in the different stages of what the Marshall Monday concert was going to be that time. So I did it that year. I missed a year, and then I did it the following year as well. So I performed for 2 Marshall Mondays, and then it just kind of started becoming like, everybody just like, yo, who is this guy? Like, what's happening? And then, like I said, the name just started. Another thing as well is that I changed. My name was not Jimmy October before as an artist, and when I was going into that, the Free Speech Project, you know, Chow was like, yo, what you want to, like, what do we put as a name? I was like, I've been like playing with this idea in my head for a minute, and I was just like, I definitely don't want to go by my real name, just because I kind of disconnect those things. Those things belong in 2 different places in my head. And I was like, there's Jimmy October, and he was like, all right, say less. And that is literally when I decided to change my name to Jimmy October. And then literally it was just like, oh, who's this? What's this? What's happening? And it really just happened on its own.
And then, so now, all right, start a buzz, and then you drop Gossip.
Right. That was the next thing. Like, I was, I don't even know, but I had Gossip. I recorded that, and I had it, and I was just like, yo, I played it for like Naj, I played it for a couple of people, and I was like, yo, I just have a vibes. I can't even tell you like where it come from, where the energy, like, Noah just played me the beat, and I was like, it's hard, man.
Shout out to Noah. Where's Noah though?
I know where.
I know anyway. I was some beats. I know so Noah send some beats.
That's the thing. You used to work with him too.
Well, I mean, I did like one joint.
Oh, that's what it was too. Okay.
It might have been. Who knows? I can't remember.
So
So right. Boom. You drop Gossip now, and then there's, you know, the whole Overdose movement, and then collaborations with Naj. So let's just take me through that.
Right. So Naj was the person who was like, yo, you have to drop Gossip, right? And I was just like why? It's just a song. It's just like any other song you do. And he was like, nah, they're gonna love that. And I was like, all right, cool. So we shot a video for it. Very simple video, very cool. Just me, in Port of Spain with a Leroy picture of Leroy Clark, painting a Leroy Clark as the backdrop. That was cool to me. And yeah, we put it out, and I had no idea that's what I was gonna do either, because I woke up like the 2 days after we put it out, and that was playing on Boom Champions, and I was just like, yeah, but this is not commercial at all though. How is this like, especially when you would know for yourself as an artist here, especially at that point in time, it's not like if there's no way in my head I'm thinking like, oh, this is going to get radio play, right? Like, where's that? Why? I don't, my uncle though work in a radio station. I don't know what that was, and it just happened, and everybody was just like, before I knew it, I'm on Twitter, like Bungie hit me, he was like, yo, that's crazy, just retweet it. Like, I was just like, all those things, I just see it happening, and I was like all those things just give you energy to kind of just believe in yourself. And just that's when I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm onto something here. Right. And then we keep making music. I made Winning after that.
Right.
And
the
then
showdowns.
And again, that was like more love. You start just getting more love. People like, yo, this. And as a hip hop artist at the time, that was not something that I felt was normal. Getting that particular, like, we was getting gigs. I was just like, oh, like I've been told that that's like far-fetched.
Yeah, and definitely. Well, I wouldn't say it's far-fetched, but it comes in waves.
Right.
You know what I mean? And at that point in time, you know, things was happening in the game, and you and Naj, of course, were sort of like, you know, creating this little buzz that these youths was doing hip-hop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So then, and then after that was when Naj, like, I linked Naj because I met Naj because our friend had passed away. Titan. Yeah. And Naj didn't know that was my friend. I didn't know I just knew he was like Yogi at the time, and he used to rap with him. But we had to connect because we was doing a show for him, for Titan, just to like RIP one time too. Yeah. And yeah, we just started building. I was just like, yo, your voice hard. Let's make some music. Let's try to catch our energy. And then we did Something to Believe In. And
which is a whole album, if you don't know.
It's an EP.
EP,
with Naj and I. Yeah. And yeah, bro, like, the reality of it is that those things were literally just happening. Like, it was just like, okay, cool, what would it be like to make an EP, boy? Like, what do I need to do that? I need to get an engineer. We need to have Dre. I need to obviously have money to mix. You need to have these things. And you're just like, all right, cool, let's see what you do. And we was just getting support, like the energy. People cared about
the EP
what we was
definitely
doing.
well, received, for sure.
And at that point, like with that project in particular, was when I started paying like very close attention to things like rolling out a project and the putting more meaning behind it. Like, we shot the artwork in like Port of Spain, and that was a big thing because you could see like the towers behind us, and it was like we was literally just walking around with Something to Believe In hoodies all the time and printed on the back of it. We knew where it was. Nobody had an idea what Something to Believe In meant. That was just promo leading up to the project. Right. But nobody knew what it was. We knew. And all those things just started piquing interest. So that was like the inception of when I started paying real close attention to detail. And yeah, that just keep unfolding. Shout out to Naj, I know, wherever he there.
I think he in LA.
Yeah.
In LA.
And what happened after Something to Believe In? Generally, Something to Believe In for me was a bit of a dark space. Not in a bad way, but rapping. Why rap was so important to me at that point is because I had a lot to say now. And even the whole aesthetic of the project was like dark. It was like a night project. It was like for like that time. And when we did that is when I was like we opened for J. Cole and Tobago Jazz and all those things. I mean, and after that project, I remember being like, yo, I want to do something different, boy. And I had gotten all of these things out. Like in that project, you talk about being broke, talk about my dad passing, you talk about so much different things, and you just get it off.
Yeah.
So like, it was like, all right, cool, these things out to me now. That's good. What do I do next, and where do I go? And in my head, like my entire life started changing, and like I started kind of like just being different. So I was like, yo, I feel like I want to do something else. And I remember I recorded That's When I Linked Tano, and he was always telling me, he was like, yo, there's one thing like I feel like you should do. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, you have to take what we have here and let's try to make it cool. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was just like, the sound, we have a sound here, we know what our country is. He was like, but let's try to do it in a way where you could sing about anything you want to do. Anything you want to sing about. You
so
can
not getting, so in other words, trying to tap into what is culturally ours, but not get tied down by subject matter of it. Had to be about the road or jam and wine.
And he said that, and he sent me the beat for Vacation. I listened to it. I was like, yeah, that's cool. I go pre it. Literally probably 2 months passed, if I'm being honest with you. But he probably think I wasn't like listening to it. Anytime he send me a beat, I'm listening to it. So I was listening to it continuously, day in, day out. And I got the chorus a day, and I was like, yo, I have something. And I linked him, and he was like, Jesus, bro. He's like, yo, what is this? And we start talking, and I was like, yo, I think this is where I want my sound to go now. And he was like, what is this doing? And I was like, we had to call this new Calypso, boy. And he was like, yeah.
Hi, thanks for watching O.U.R Radio on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and tap the bell icon to get notified anytime we go live or post new content. OURradio.fm, your urban alternative.
It does.
And right, so that now snowballed into an EP. So, you know,
The Vacation, yeah.
It's the Vacation EP, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then of course, which has a, you know, that's also out there on all streaming platforms for you all to check out.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
That was 2017.
2017,
Yeah.
right? So Boom Shot now. So was that sort of like, all right, this from Vacation, you kind of realize yourself this is where your song wants to go, so you're gonna do a whole project on it instead of just track by track.
Because the thing about doing a project is because in my head I was changing my entire theme, and in order to do that for me, I needed to actually do it, and I needed to. If you follow me anyway, or if you like have been following my career or whatever, and if you're doing it like you're now starting, and that's dope too, and you'll see for yourself, it's very themed in a sense. So like even projects, I think of every song as something that I need to build a world around, right? So when I did Vacation, that was the first single, that was the first literal song of the project that we got the idea for.
Right.
And then because I was kind of feeling like, yo, I want to tap into this, I'm feeling this, let's figure out how to do this. And I was like, let's do a project. And because it was a total shift from Something to Believe In, I was like, all right, cool, Something to Believe In is the night and Vacation is the day.
Right, I tell you about that granny video, you know.
Yeah.
I tell you.
So that is literally why I did a project, because I already give you what this means, and now I need to take you somewhere else. And if I don't completely take you there, you will still be attached to who you think I am now, which is who I was, not who I am now.
Right.
And that was literally like Something to Believe In. We just wearing all black all the time, just all this, all that. Vacation, I started tie hair with bandana, started grow out my hair, started wear color, started like my entire mind state goes into this is what I'm focused on. This is the project I'm on now. This is where we at.
And was there any backlash from your fans or followers at the time?
Yeah, I mean, you'll always get that, right?
Because I know aside from that, you know, the hip hop men and them kind of ignorant too. So they'll probably.
No, that's for sure. I mean, and generally the thing about that's cool for me is that men was literally just like, Bro, I'll tell you this, and this is something I say all the time. Literally, even when we was like, let's say doing photo shoots and taking pictures, right? And using that to tie into the music, rappers literally used to be like, bro, what are you doing, bro? You think you're a model? Or? And I was just like, all right, cool. And now they're doing it because the world changed. Part of being innovative is I need to see the change before it happens. I can't wait. So if I'm seeing that the world going in another direction, if I think, this is something I could tap into, and this goes for anybody who like believes something in their head and think that, yo, if this is where I want to go, this is where I want to go. Because the thing about it is that music changes all the time, and the market itself evolves. Everything just evolves, and it's either you're gonna stay there or you're gonna find your space and where this is at right now. And that goes for look at where we are. Look at what you're doing. If you don't think and execute, then it will be here now, but it go in here.
But was there any sort of conscious decision, although it's sort of a natural progression or natural trajectory of where you want to go, but was there any sort of conscious decision in terms of the sound globally at this point in time? Because while you were doing this also, you know, Caribbean sound was penetrating international pop music, hip-hop music as well.
Again, music, everything became melodic, you know, like if you even think about it, right? 50 Cent was like the biggest rapper, like if you think about it. And even at that time when 50 Cent was the biggest rapper, why was he big? Do you know?
Because he's rapping with melody and a different type of flow and thing. Exactly. Even though he bought out Ja Rule about that, and then he come back and do the same thing.
Exactly, and that's the thing now. He saw that from even then, and now it's like Drake and this now and these things are so like, you have to be. It's like business, right? It's like even though you're an artist, you're also like it's a business. You're a businessman too, you know. You have to be able to see the next move before it happens. We just like to act like if that's not the truth now. But the truth is, that is what it is now. And then that's when you kind of get to go into the space where it's like, for instance, even something like New Calypso, I get backlash for that too.
Why?
Just because. The same reason why I actually didn't want it, like in my head, when I thought of that, I was like, sure, this gonna go left, but I would like to put a little bit more identity into what I'm doing, but also give it name, give it meaning for the rest of the world to understand what it is. And the adding new in front of something that already exists for me is also paying homage to that. And making very clear that has not died. And that is like, and Calypso is also something that it exists, and they sold records, bro. They were literally like, they've like signed to labels and doing this, doing that. And are you going to, if you think you could build on something, and it's also part of like culture, but the thing with culture, and I always say this, is that you could create new culture too. Like when Ra Shorty, I was like in the bush, he's like, yo, I want to call this something else. Yeah, everybody go and say, yo, what you think you're doing? What you think you're doing? What you think you're doing now? Why are you doing now? And then when it happens, everybody like, yo, that dope, boy. And that's part of like, it's part of your job as an artist, like to really be like, yo, I think I seen something that could happen, and I had to make it happen.
Most definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, we gotta make it happen. Jimmy October is here, live on the grind. What we gonna go with? We have so many songs. All right, so let's go with Good Love. We're gonna come back, chat a bit, and then we're gonna wrap it up with his brand new single. We premiered it last week, but of course he's gonna perform it here live. Yes, you know what I mean? Called Wake Up. But let's get into this one. This one is called Good Love. Jimmy October, our special guest today on the grind. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, sounds of Jimmy October. Track is called Good Love. Y'all gotta check out all of these joints, right? On all streaming platforms. Send up the streams. Send them up, yes, send them up, because you know we can't really perform nowhere. So the artists and them would like, you know, just play,
just play it on and walk around the house.
Well, boy, I was on Apple Music today before the interview, just trying to go through all your work now, and it's pretty impressive. You have a nice catalog.
Thank you.
I was just going. It was like over 20 songs. I was like, wow, you know what I mean. So you might get a nice little check from a distributor. Play all them joints today.
You know what going on here. Nah, I appreciate it.
So this song. Was this like your first foray into the season of Trinidad and Tobago Carnival? Like putting a song out in the season?
Yeah, I think so.
This is 2019. 2019? Yeah, I believe.
Probably.
Or was this right before 2019 into?
Yeah, the thing about this is that this came, it was a weird time in terms of into the season. I think the season had already started. So it was a late. Yeah, it was supposed to like literally go out going into the season, but timing wasn't working, and it just came after, and it was just like, all right, cool.
And so was your reception? All right, so Boom Shot now, you pulled this, you had the Vacation EP, which is before this.
Yeah.
And then now we played it a while earlier, the song Magic with Kes, which is 2020.
Yeah. Big up Kes anyway, he did too, same time. Because like the thing with being able to even perform in that space is that there's so much to learn, and there's so much. I mean, like it's carnival, right? Like, and being able to have a song like Magic in that space as well was really, really interesting for me. It was like really like there was a lot to learn. There was a lot to soak up the energy and the support from the people too at the same time. So yeah, I just want to like give some gratitude for that at the same time, man. Bless.
All right, so tell us how that song came about in terms of, linking with Kes.
Yeah.
And then that sort of, well, I mean, you worked your way up with all these sounds, and how did you kind of really, obviously probably knew about you already. Yeah. But how does it, like, he wanted to do a song with you, or you present the song to him? How did it go now?
I think when I got like introduced, like when Kes and I first met each other, it was probably like vacation time, like a little bit after that probably, and obviously it's just like social, like you just follow, you just like, all right, cool, you just kind of start seeing the work, and you seeing the work, and we started working in terms of writing. So we would have had a couple of writing sessions where because I did, one of the things that we did was me, Tano Calvi, Daryl, we did Stay Close, him and Shensia, Kes and Shensia.
Okay.
Yeah, so we penned that, and yeah, we was just connecting. There's other work we did together as well that not released yet, but we was just connecting and having conversation, kind of talking about the vibe, like seeing like, yo, where you're going with the music, what you're trying to do, seeing where he wants to go with his sound as well, and just kind of finding common ground where I was concerned. And yeah, I literally, when we did Magic, I thought we was going to a writing session, and he was like, yo, I have this song, and what he had was like, he had the beat, and he was just like, yo, he played me the beat, and like that bass line, and I was just like, yo, that's crazy.
Yo, who produced that song?
That was produced by Deputy.
All right. Dope.
Yeah, but we have Etienne on it as like playing
for sure
as well.
Shout out to Etienne. I apologize on camera in public for sticking on you, Etienne, but we just keep that between me and you. I apologize. Anyway,
yeah, and he played it to me. He's like, yo, I mean, let's try to catch your energy for this, and because he already started little ideas on writing with full blown entertainment, and he was like, this is what we have, and I was like, all right, cool, let's link. We start writing, we start catching a vibe, and while we was writing, he was just like, like, I want you on this song, and I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, I feel like it's time to do a collab, and I was like, yo, let's go. Like I literally thought we was just gonna write, like it was
right,
and then he was just like, nah, I feel like we could really combine, and the energy could be exactly where it needs to be. And yeah, even like going like with that song, bro, like that's just something that immediately I was just like, yeah, like it's a no-brainer. The style of the record, what he wanted to do with the record too, because that for that carnival, his it was the theme was the rhythm of life, which was the theme of his show, and it was like the rhythm of life meets new Calypso, and yeah, it was just like, bro, that entire, it was just natural and just organic. And before you know it, the song we lock in, we record, the song was done, and he was just like, yo, this is when we playing it out. So the whole idea of even having, like you say, you hear the rhythm before, he was like, yo, we're gonna throw the rhythm or we're gonna put it in the art. This is building. And he was like, and then he called, he's like, yeah, everybody only asking where's that rhythm. The same way you say you hear. And he was like, that is it, that's the rhythm of life.
Right.
And we knew when we were gonna put it out, we put it out, and we just gave it all a while, and it was bubbling, and then he was like, yo, we tested at a fat boy. He was like, you know, you had to come out there. Because the people their reception to this song was just building, and yeah, before you know it, we out there.
It was definitely a nice song, and I like those type of songs in the middle of our carnival that kind of give our balance to the thing, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily a jump and wave, hand in the air, vibe, everybody chipping on the road.
Yeah, but it's
a
also,
nice
it's
bubble,
also
you know?
part of who we are.
Yes.
It's part of our culture
Exactly.
Just as much as any other tempo or BPM or any other topic, it's the same thing now. And I think that's one of the real common grounds that Kes and I have as artists. Kes really cares about the music, and he cares about where it's about to go. It's not just, oh yeah, we trying to do this now because it go be a hype and an energy. It's not that now. And I think for me, that's the type of people that I'm interested in working with as well now,
right.
because it's a big picture now. And yeah, so I definitely you'll definitely see another Jimmy October and Kes songs.
All right, well, I look out for that.
Yeah.
But we getting ready to wrap up this interview, so we got here to talk about. You sent this song to me,
Yes, sir.
and I already had it and was playing it. So I was like, yo, Jimmy was like, yo, you getting new tune? I was like, dog, I done play that already, dog. You just stick around here, you know. It's grind, playing the best in TNT music. Shameless plug, right? But this new song called "Wake Up,"
Yes, sir.
right? And I saw the promo artwork. It was kind of out there.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Promo photo
It's
shoot.
always gonna be that.
Yeah, it's kind of out there. I ain't go front, you know what I mean? But I know when I see things like that, I know, all right, well, Jimmy coming with some.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah, for sure.
And funny enough, this actually has a sort of slightly more aggressive tone to it compared to all the stuff that you've been putting on previously. So tell us about this. You know what I mean? Wake Up.
Yeah, I think the thing for me generally with Wake Up, I'm working on an EP. I've been working on a project.
Okay.
For the past, I've literally been working on a project for the past 2 years, to be honest.
No problem. You can say 2, 3. Are you working on
particularly because also obviously Corona and whatever, you kind of have to figure out like where you want to do, how you want to do it, try to have the right partnerships and things like that, like put things in place. And Wake Up is like one of the most recent things that I recorded, and I was like, why I didn't want to put anything else out particularly from the project is because the stuff that I had before is I wanted to put something out that was where I'm at right now and how I feel right now, and something that was like more of a representation of that. So I was like, yeah, let's catch back the energy, let's see what's the vibe out there, because it's been a while since I've like put out a single. And yeah, Wake Up is, I mean, it's funny to say more aggressive, maybe in delivery, and just the bounce
and
as
the
well.
bounce, the sound, overall sound.
Yeah,
of it,
I think
same lane, but just a little more aggressive in that lane.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The idea for me is to figure out, like I say, I'm just learning as I go at the same time, and also learning where I want to take the sound, because it's not like, as much as you would say like Caribbean music buzzing. We've been saying that for years, right? Like, if we're being honest, there's been so many sprinkles of it. I could go back to like Beanie Man, Sean Paul. There's so many different sprinkles of it, and for me, it's like I still think there's so much of us that's very untapped as Trinidad, and so the idea for me generally with my sound and sonics is to keep pushing that boundary of making music that is a representation of me and a representation of where I'm from, just geographically, right? But also speaking and singing and saying things in a language that the rest of the world understands, and speaking about topics, speaking about like different things, not just being in like this box of I have to sing about this or I have to sing about that. And Wake Up is just another try at that. Like, it's really literally like with anything I create. If I feel it, I feel it. If I don't feel it, I don't feel it, and you're probably never gonna hear it. But it's really just experimenting. And the dope thing about that is that my in-house producer, the person who I work with the most is Tano, and aside from him, it's Brooklyn Decent, because he produced on this as well, and he mixed and mastered. And it's just like Mike Tano just understands what I'm trying to do, and he has the same like idea as me when it comes to that. So it's never like, it's always like, how we think we should go, like how you think we should do this, what you feeling right now, what you feel like you need to say right now, and how it's like putting like a whole mood board together. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing. And just to tie things into it, because you spoke about the artwork, right? So like the idea of it, like with this song particularly in my head, is that I think we have like the world sound. And that's why I started by saying the song, the first line is Big Sound, and I literally called like Linkute, that is Big Blood, because that's what I'm talking about. Like, we have it here, and I just named the artist just because, like,
who definitely has a very dope sound.
So it's like
very unique too.
This is why even the idea of the globe in the artwork, it's representation of the fact that we have the world sound, and it's palatable to anybody anywhere. But we need to know that now. We need to stop acting like we don't know it and own it, and try to make sure that we do what we need to do to take it there now. You know what I mean? And even things like the mask and all of those things, it's like it's not saying that I have it. It's no face. It's just saying that we have it. And it's like, this is what it is.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can we get into the song?
Yeah, let's
go. The song is called Wake Up. Right, live on the grind.
Let's go.
Let me go. Hey,
this that song make I wake up the whole nation.
Wake them up. Hey,
I don't play that song make I shake up the whole line. Can't stop the way. You know you give me life every day. Yo, could I never dim your light? Big sound, Linkute, that is Big Blood. This thing done get fixed up. Most I say he with us, no switch up. I got a drink in my hand right now, singing like pretty brown skin, give me love right now, singing like I got a drink in my hand right now, singing like pretty brown skin, give me love right now, singing loud, oh. This that song make I wake up the whole nation. Tano play that song make I shake up the whole line. Can't stop the wave. You know you give me life every day. Every day. Could I never dim your light? Blessings they fall on me. Blessings they follow me. Like diamonds, you precious, keep shining. Flowing like water, no stopping. I'll keep your head up, you're chosen, keep rising. Lord, them good days, I see it, they coming. I got a drink in my hand right now, singing like pretty brown skin, give me love right now, singing like, singing loud, oh. This that song make I wake up the whole. Tano play that song make I shake up the whole. Can't stop the wave. You know you give me love. Could I never dim your light?
You're listening to The Grind. Bubble it in the back there, DJ Trav. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the brand new one coming out. I really love that one, you know, though. I really like that one, you know what I mean? As I say, from the first time I heard it, that's what I say, me waiting on you to send thing, I get thing by any means necessary. I must, must lift up, all the people doing great art in Trinidad and Tobago. That's what we're about here at O.U.R. Radio.FM.
Sure.
So, Brethren, before we go,
man.
anything you want to say to the people out there before we wrap this up?
Just stay safe, bro. Like physically, mentally, spiritually. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like mentally for sure too, because it's trying times at the same time, and you have to just keep your energy up. Wake up in the morning and put on this song if you're trying to catch your energy. That's the whole point about it too. Like that's one of the that's why I particularly choose to put this song out too. Like I feel like we need some upliftment, and my way of putting it out there is through music. You know what I mean? So yeah. Also, nobody don't know this, but video coming soon, same time. So.
Sweet. You heard it here first. How soon?
Nah, I can't say that. Wow. Just know it
I like that breaking news
just
wrong
know
here.
it coming soon.
All right, cool. And do you have a title for the EP, or we gotta wait on that too?
Nah, definitely can't say that.
Well, just keep it locked here.
What I can tell you is I do have a title.
Okay.
To answer your question,
right.
I can't tell you.
Okay. Right, so I guess keep it locked to Instagram.
For sure.
Right?
Which Instagram, Twitter, at Jimmy October.
Real simple.
Yeah,
you don't have no underscore, you don't have no slash, nothing.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, bless up, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy October has been our guest for the past hour. I expected it, boom, but it's good vibes, because there's so much great music from this artist, and we will keep supporting it, playing it, promoting it right here on the grind.
The grind.
Hi! If you liked that video, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and tap the bell icon to get notified anytime we go live or post new videos. O.U.R Radio.FM, your urban alternative.